Hello, welcome to another live stream. Today it is day 7 and it is actually my kind of final day that I'm going to be drawing live, doing a postcard. So that's a little bit sad, but I'm excited to kind of finish the project. So all this week, if you don't know, I've been doing a residency at Polpeor, which is on the Lizard Peninsula, but I've been doing it virtually because of the lockdown, and it's meant that I've been able to kind of share live with you what I've been doing, been able to draw, and then also each day I've been doing a postcard and then also been filling a sketchbook with more images of the place. So we've been looking at the map of the lizard, and then the rock, and then plants, flowers, the old buildings like the lifeboat station. We did seabirds, and then yesterday was butterflies and a couple of bugs. I think I watched the replay and I said birds and birds and bees instead, but actually it was butterflies and bugs. And then today it is going to be livestock. So and a lighthouse, because the lighthouse is actually another landmark which you can see from quite far away. Obviously, because it's a lighthouse. So yeah, these are all the postcards that I've done this week. So we've got 6 postcards and they're all of the area. So that's been really nice to focus my postcard project on Polpeor. So we do today's postcard, and in today's postcard I want to kind of include the lighthouse in the distance. So this picture I took, you probably can't see it very well, but it's got the lighthouse in the background and it's got a big field in front of it, and at the moment it's in this picture it's empty, but normally there are kind of animals in there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of manually Photoshop a couple of sheep into the field once I've done the lighthouse. And I've got another image here of some sheep, so I can hopefully work that out. But yeah, I'm going to put my timer on, and we're going to do 15 minutes hopefully. And I'll also be looking over my shoulder to see if there's any kind of questions. If you have any questions from my time or anything really to do with art that you want to ask, please do. Hello, great, thank you Nancy for joining me. I guess it is actually quite late where you are, but thank you so much for joining me today. Okay, so I'm going to start off with the lighthouse. It's quite an interesting building. It's very large, quite big. So yeah, I might be a bit silent as I'm drawing this because it's a little bit, I have to kind of concentrate on what is there. So got the walls that I'm putting in. I'm going to go down. So yeah, if you want to tell me what maybe you've been up to today, what's been going on. Feel free to. Okay, so there's quite a few chimneys, and I think that's where there's lots of little accommodation spaces. So the chimneys indicate, I guess, how many people could probably stay. There's 7 chimneys, so probably 7 houses within the lighthouse. They're actually holiday cottages now. So if you fancied visiting the Lizard when the lockdown's over, that would be quite a novel place, wouldn't it, to stay at the lighthouse. Oh wow, that's so cool to hear, Nancy. Nice. I loved looking at lighthouses from different places. They all kind of have a personality. Maybe that's what you liked because of Maine Lighthouse. It had its own vibe. Yeah, I love working with watercolour. It's very versatile in terms of like getting colour down on your page, and then you can layer it up if you want to, or just keep it quite loose. What I'm using is liquid acrylic in this brush pen. So it's a little bit, acts a little bit like watercolour, but is permanent. And also it's a lot more pigmented. You can get all sorts of colours, and they are definitely brighter than your standard watercolour. Yes, definitely agree with you. How did they build the lighthouses? And think of the technology they had back then. A lot of them were built in the 1800s. I mean, it was a feat to actually do that, do the work. Dedication, I think, and a hardy team. And obviously they probably looked at the weather and saw whether it was calm. Because yeah, I think I said yesterday about the weather and how bad it is on the Lizard when it's winter time. Yeah, the liquid acrylic, it doesn't actually smell of anything really. It doesn't, I don't know, I haven't really had a good smell. I'll try it. No, it has maybe a slight kind of inky smell, but it's not overpowering or anything. I can't smell it. It's not like oil, which you could smell a mile off. It's actually nice, yeah, medium to work with, so it's not overpowering. Yeah, Nancy, that's true as well. How did they put the furniture into the keepers' homes? I don't know. It's like one of those kind of questions you want to ask, isn't it? Actually, they do tours at this lighthouse, or they did do them. I don't know if they're continuing at the minute, but yeah, they they probably would be able to answer those kind of questions. Okay, how are we doing on time? 8 minutes. That's flown. Got some wildflowers here. Oh yeah, cool. Give it a try. What I'll do is I'll show you the colours that I've got late after this. Okay, so I've got my fence in, got my field. I'm just now going to put a little wash on so you can really dilute like a watercolour really, the ink, and once it's dry that's it, it won't move, so if you try to re-wet it, it just won't go anywhere. That's why I use them outside, because they are very fast drying, and then also if the weather is bad or changes, it means that they won't go anywhere. Okay, right, so I've got the shadows kind of on. Hopefully I'll be able to put some sheep in now. Just trying to do as much of that as I can, and then I'll move to my next slide, or my next photo, and pop in sheep. And try and get the outside shape first, and then his details. There we go, little sheep. I need to put a little shadow underneath. There we go. He is okay. It's got a little, maybe a little ear. You can see. Right, I'll put in another one. I've got enough time, I think. I've got quite skinny legs. Okay, number 2. Okay, just pop in some bits of grass and probably, I think they're probably piles of poo or whatever, especially if they're sharing a field with some cows. Bit of manure. Let me just do some shapes at the back here. Okay, I am going to kind of stop, I think, otherwise I will keep going. Just put a few more flowers in the front. Nice, okay. The flowers kind of frame it. Okay. Alright, going to stop. Ooh, there. And 14 minutes. So you can see it's quite quick to just produce a little bit of art, and with some sheep and the lighthouse behind. So yeah, that will probably dry. Whilst that is just drying, it will be dry very quickly. Nancy, I will show you some colours that I've got here. Oh, thanks Nancy. Wow, that was a while ago, the Inktober sketches. Yeah, I did black and white. Yeah, all of that was black and white. That's quite a while ago. Yeah, I thought that I would continue doing the black and white for my postcards, just because it's less, takes me, you know, I'm not thinking about all the colours that I want to use, so kind of limits that and helps me get on with drawing, and it's easy to just get on with it, I guess. Anyway, let's have a look at, so I've got some colours here. You can see that they come in all sorts. I've got a flesh colour. It's quite nice, but they're really bright, so they might look really like, oh, they're really garish, but when you mix them, and obviously you can dilute them as well, they're like watercolours, so you can get a lot softer kind of shades. Actually, I've got these pictures here. These are done with the ink, so can you see that you can get really soft shades. So like that blue, you know, it looks a lot softer than what it is in the jar. But that, I did use that blue and then just diluted it. So you can see, you can still get really nice pastel colours. You've just got to dilute them a bit and then mix them up. Yeah, and then obviously these are all permanent, so if I spilt any water on them, it wouldn't bleed, it wouldn't go anywhere. Yeah. So yeah, if you have any more questions on that, just put them in the comments and I can answer them. But yeah, you can see like the bright pink. And I you know, like with watercolour, sometimes it takes a while to actually get real vibrant colours. You have to layer a lot, whereas with these inks, you just kind of, you don't need a lot at all. It's just one coat, and it's bright. So there you go. Hopefully that kind of gives you a more informed decision if you do get them. But yeah, I really enjoy using them. I'm just going to finish off this card by writing what I do on the back, the date. So the last one was the 14th, which was that one. So I'm just going to dip pen it in. So it's the 15th. And I'll put Polpeor. I'll put the Lighthouse, Lizard, two, number 136. Number 7. Okay. Right. Oh yes, Nancy. These are magic colour. I mean, I've just used magic colour really since I've ever used them. But I'm sure there are actually now a lot more people that do them. I'm thinking there was another. Yeah, I've got this in the black. This is Amsterdam acrylic ink, so the brand is Amsterdam, or Royal Talons. They do a variety. You just really want to make sure that it's acrylic ink, or liquid acrylic. Make sure that's the permanent stuff rather than the water soluble stuff. So yeah, well, it's been nice to actually talk and chat and meet you as well, Nancy. It's been really nice. Thank you for being up so late. I know it's quite late, isn't it, where you are? So hopefully you can have a good sleep now. And everyone else who has maybe joined me on the replay, thank you again for watching. And yeah, this is my last live stream, so I might possibly do it again in the future because it's actually been a really nice way to share what I'm doing and also interact. So look out for that in the future. And obviously I'm going to be also posting hopefully a video with all the work that I created this week so that you can have a good look at what I've been doing. But other than that, I hope you have a good day and I'll speak to you again soon. Bye.